We will now begin announcing the scholarships for this morning. The Student Council Scholarship will be presented by Mr. Michael Mahaney. National Merit, Robert Byrd, and Ohio Board of Regents will be presented by Dr. Nancy Meadows. The Band Boosters, Art Baldwin and George Lucas Memorials, will be presented by Mrs. Eve Holmer. The Rotary Club Scholarship will be presented by Mr. Jeff Stevenson. The Lion Club Scholarship will be presented by Dr. Michael Boyer. The Isham Wise Scholarship will be presented by Mrs. Candy Decker. Academic Boosters Club, Mrs. Elaine Parsons. Women's Club, Mrs. Mabel Keller. The Scholarship Foundation, Franklin Wise Scholarship, and Robert Benson Memorial will be presented by Mr. Roger Havens. The All Sports Booster Club will be presented by Mr. Al Henning. In addition to what we have here, we are also presenting a Runners Club of WHS by Mr. Gene Ruckman. The Chamber of Commerce and Fine Arts will be presented by Mr. Fred Gordon. The Chester Fish Memorial will be presented by Captain Keith McConnell. U.S. Air Force Academy will be presented by Brigadier General Michael Alexander. The Winifred B. Young Memorial will be presented by Mrs. Sandy Solero. Vocational Education by Dr. Susan Four, and the Faculty Scholarships by Mrs. Patricia Allen.
Good morning. For several years, Student Council has awarded scholarships to persons who have demonstrated academic ability, achievement, leadership abilities, and significant contributions to Student Council. This year, Student Council has decided to award two $500 cash scholarships. The Scholarship Committee has chosen as its first recipient a young woman that I've had the pleasure to work with for 2 years on Student Council. Some of the many things she's done: served on Student Council during her junior and senior years, was a cheerleader for 4 years, was a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, a member of the Homecoming Court for 2 years, member of the softball team for 3 years, member of Pep Club, Little Sis for 4 years, and National Honor Society for 2 years. This young woman has interest in rehabilitation and helping others, which she has demonstrated by her community service activities. Future plans include majoring in pre-med and becoming a pediatrician. I have personally found her to be most sincere in her work with Student Council, demonstrating initiative, commitment, and a sense of purpose that have been outstanding. It is my pleasure to present a Student Council scholarship in the amount of $500 to Ms. Jessica Hutchinson. The Selection Committee has chosen as its second recipient a young man that I've had the pleasure to work with for 3 years on Student Council, has been, and I've had in class as a student AP Economics. Some of his activities have been being a member of council for 4 years, a member of the golf team for 4 years, a member of the National Honor Society for 2 years, a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes for 3 years, Student of the Month during his senior year, has participated in many community volunteer services, and was Wadsworth's representative to Buckeye Boys State. This young man's future plans include a career in chemical or environmental engineering. It is my pleasure to present a Student Council scholarship in the amount of $500 to Mr. Todd Ferguson.
morning. We'd like to have Tara Four and Ben Rudlinger join Eric Lynn up here on the stage. These three young people have been commended by the National Merit Scholarship Corporation for their high test scores in taking the preliminary scholastic aptitude test as juniors. They scored in the top 5% in the nation. Now I'd like Al Bellamy to join us on the stage. Al has been named by the National Merit Scholarship Corporation as one of the 14,000 finalists. Al scored in the top 1% on both his PSAT and SAT. Al will be attending the Ohio University on scholarship to study journalism. Congratulations, Al. Christy Brazel, would you please come up here to receive a certificate? Christy has been awarded the Robert Byrd Scholarship. This is a program which is sponsored by our United States Congress. Christy will receive $1,500 during each of the next 4 years that she is in college. This award is given on the basis of her high achievement in both academics and extracurricular activities. And Eric Lynn, if you would step up here again. I have a certificate from the state of Ohio awarding Eric the Ohio Academic Scholarship. This is a program which is sponsored by our Board of Regents. Eric will receive $1,000 during each of the next 4 years of college. And this award was given on the basis of his high grade point average as well as high ACT scores. So congratulations to Eric.
Good morning. At this time, I would like Margaret Reagan, Ben Rudlinger, and Joette Hugel to come to the stage, please. Margaret and Ben are to receive the Art Baldwin Memorial Scholarship. This $500 scholarship was established to honor Mr. Baldwin, who was the director of the Wadsworth Band for many years, and his help was greatly appreciated by his students to achieve excellence in their performance. Joette is receiving the George Lucas Memorial Scholarship. Mr. Lucas was very involved in the band program for many years. He enjoyed watching students achieve excellence not only in the performance but also in expanding their horizons and growing as individuals. This $500 scholarship is being offered in his memory.
Hello, my name is Jeff Stevenson and I am the president of the Wadsworth Rotary Club. At this time, I would like Jeff Delacroix, Todd Ferguson, George, Brian Peebles, and Brooke Hahn to come to the stage to receive your Wadsworth Rotary Club scholarship. These $750 scholarship awards are being given to these students in recognition of their academic accomplishments as well as their participation in numerous extracurricular activities. The scholarship that is being awarded to Brooke is specifically for the continuation of her academic career in a health-related field. We at the Wadsworth Rotary Club feel that education is the key to success and believe very strongly in the continuation of education past the high school years. We feel the greatest reward for doing is the opportunity to do more. And we are proud to have the opportunity to assist these students in their future academic endeavors. On behalf of the Wadsworth Rotary Club, I would like to congratulate not only the winners of these scholarships, but all of the class of 1994. You should be very proud of yourselves. It took a lot of hard work and effort to get to this point, and you are to be commended for your accomplishments. Once again, congratulations and best of luck to all of you and all of your future pursuits.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Mike Boyer, and I'm presenting for the Wadsworth Lions Club. I'd like to congratulate all you graduating seniors. I see a lot of faces out there that I've seen through the years, and you're just one heck of a group, and I really wish you the best success, each and one of you. But at this time, I would like Brad Ferguson, Heather Rule, Amy Ruck, and Natalie Dixon to step forward to receive the Wadsworth Lions Club scholarships. This year it is composed of 4 $500 each scholarships. They are each for strong character and leadership ability, heavy involvement in extracurricular activities, including service to the school and the community, a demonstration of academic ability, committed to additional schooling and have applied to the school of their choice, and financial need. Again, the Wadsworth Lions Club wishes you continued success and happiness in college, and a very special salute to all you graduating seniors. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Candy Decker, and I'm with the Isham Wise. And I would like Amy Rook to come back to the stage, please. Amy is going to receive the first Isham Wise Phyllis Hawk Memorial Scholarship. This $500 memorial scholarship is in memory of Phyllis Hawk, a teacher from Isham who taught for over 20 years. Wise wanted to continue her hard work with education and present a scholarship to a student who has attended Isham and who has displayed high achievements in the classroom and has also shown leadership. Amy has done this. She is an achiever. She teaches young minds and hearts to swim, as well as warms older hearts with a monthly visit to the nursing homes. She is a team player on the soccer field and is dedicated to her church and school work, and she is ranked 6th in her class and is inducted to the National Honor Society and on the honor roll for 3 years, and she has many more awards to her name also. Amy, Isham Wise wants to wish you much success and happiness in the future.
Everyone knows what the sports boosters and the band boosters do, but few know that we have an academic boosters club here at the high school, or what we do. For the honor roll students, the first grading period, we gave out 527 certificates and coupons for Pizzario's Pizza. The second grading period, we gave out 490 Great Oaks movie passes, and the third grading period, we gave out 475 East of Chicago pizza coupons and also 150 Bittinger's coupons to the most improved students. Congratulations to all of you. We would now like to present our 4 book scholarships for the amount of $375 from the academic boosters to Al Bellamy, Stephanie Sonnenstein, Ryan Smith, and Tanil Nelson. These scholarships are based on academics, achievement, and activities. Al Bellamy is a National Merit Finalist, a 2-year member of the National Honor Society, a member of the Choir and Show Choir, the Speech and Debate Team, the Off-Broad Street Players, Thespian, Spanish Club, and a recent student director of the James and the Giant Peach. Al plans a career in journalism. Congratulations, Al. Stephanie Sonnenstein is a 2-year member of the National Honor Society, a member of the choir and show choir, Medina County Honors Choir, the Off-Broad Street Players, and a Wadsworth High School Student of the Month. Stephanie plans a career involving mathematics. Congratulations, Stephanie. Ryan Smith is a 4-year member of the tennis team, has been in the band, student council, French club, and has participated in the math league test. Ryan also has participated in JETS team competition at Akron U, which is a junior engineering technical society. Ryan is interested in a career in anthropology. Congratulations, Ryan. Tennille Nelson has been a student council member for 4 years, serving as secretary this year. She has been a football and basketball cheerleader for the past 4 years, serving as captain of the football squad last season, and has also participated in track. She has received many art awards, especially at the spring art shows. Tennille envisions a career that would combine art with the science field. Congratulations, Tennille.
It is an honor for me, as a representative of the Women's Club of Wadsworth, to present our Achievement Awards to 2 senior women who have accomplished many things and have exhibited outstanding leadership skills and dedication to purpose during their 4 years of the high school while achieving excellent scholastic records. There are other seniors who also have excellent scholarship records and have actively participated in many extracurricular activities. But this year's Wadsworth Women's Club Achievement Award winners have records that sets them apart. Both of these young women are members of the National Honor Society, but there their similarity ends, alphabetically. The first of our award recipients is Jessica Hutchison. Jessica was a winner of the elite choir and was a varsity cheerleader for both football and basketball, serving as captain. She was selected as homecoming queen this school year and is president of the senior class. She ranks 13th in her class and plans to follow a career in medicine. She plans to attend the University of Toledo. Jessica, where are you? Kristen Mooring. Christy Mooring. Might as well come up. The other recipient is Christy Mooring. Christy is a teacher's aide at Therese Road Child Care. She plays the clarinet, is a member of the marching band, the wind ensemble, the concert band, the pep band, the John Philip Sousa National Honors Band, and the Medina County Honors Band. She has been a Girl Scout since 1st grade. It has achieved the Girl Scout Gold Award, which is equivalent to Eagle Girl Scouts for boys. She ranks 7th in her class and plans to study at Ashland College for a career in education and music. It is great pride that I present these $500 awards to these girls.
Hello, I'm Mr. Havens, and I'm presently the principal at Lincoln and Franklin schools. And back in the days that you seniors were in elementary school, I was the principal at Valley View, and congratulations to those students. It was exactly 20 years ago when I sat out there for Awards Day. There were close to 2,000 students at the high school, and we were over in the old gym. So if you think it's warm now, think of what it was 20 years ago. And as we sat out there in the audience, our biggest concerns at that time was which concerts we were going to go to that summer And our choices were the Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd, and the Eagles. Now, does history repeat itself or what? And by the way, I did have a history teacher here that said that history many times repeats itself. Thank you, Mr. Horsberger. I have quite a few awards to give out, so I'll get right to the point. First off, we have one from the Franklin Wise Group. They have an annual carnival where they raise money and they'd like to make a contribution to a former Franklin student. So at this time, Jamie McComas, would you come to the stage? Another scholarship I have is in memorial of a student whom I went to school with who graduated in 1974. His name was Robert Fenzen, and he was born April 30th, 1956 in Barberton. He had a lifelong interest in the Boy Scouts and he eventually advanced to assistant scoutmaster. He was a bright and eager student, especially in science, all of his school years. He graduated from Wadsworth High on June 7th, 1974. His activities included wrestling in the Spanish Club. He attended Ohio State University from September 74 to 78. He had a full Air Force ROTC scholarship. He majored in geology and mineralogy. He completed the Evelyn Woods Reading Dynamics course. He held various part-time jobs. His extracurricular activities, including the Mountaineer Club, the Arnold Air Society, the Judo Club, the Ohio War Gamers. In 1978, right before he was ready to graduate from college, he found out that he had acute leukemia. And 2 weeks before his Ohio State University graduation, he was not able to graduate with his class, nor receive his commission in the Air Force. In the 3 ensuing years, despite fighting his illness and the devastating effects of chemotherapy, he finished his senior geology thesis on paleomagnetics. He received his Bachelor of Science degree in geology and mineralogy, finally on August 31st, 1978, and he spent 1 year at Kent State's graduate school studying hydrogeology. He worked 5 months in 1980 for the Bureau of Mines in Pittsburgh as a geologist, and he received a Special Achievements Award from the U.S. Department of the Interior. In his spare time, he enjoyed wood cutting, shaping stones, and designing jewelry. He planned to continue his studies in hydrogeology and environmental geology at Texas A&M. He died on April 16, 1981, 2 weeks short of his 25th birthday. Letters received by his parents from those who knew Bob contained indications of his character. He had strong faith in God. He was a fine man, uniquely special. He was very talented, courageous, preserving. As brief as his life was, he made an impact that it can't be forgotten. He had a calm acceptance of his illness and a determination to live a full life. He was most interested in and was bothered by environmental problems. He stated during his last days that his desire was for a clean, unspoiled world, and that was his legacy. The Robert Fenzen Memorial Scholarship was initiated in 1984 by his high school friends to perpetuate his memory. It has been awarded annually ever since to a deserving high school senior. There is a plaque that's in the school building that will have each of the recipients' name on it, and this year's recipient is Bert Smith. So Bert Smith, come up. At this time, would Dave Nowert please come to the stand? At this point, I would like to start giving out the Scholarship Foundation of Wadsworth scholarships, and we have quite a few of them here today. These are, we're the ones that had the dinner theater during the play a couple of months ago, and that helped raise money for this cause. Plus, we have a lot of organizations and businesses in town that made contributions. There's also another part of it, and those are memorial donations. At this time, Dave Nauert would like to give out the scholarship in memory of his mother.
Carol was a former teacher in the Youngstown Boardman schools. She quit her job to raise me and my two brothers. But as we got older, she returned to teaching as a substitute here in Wadsworth City Schools. She donated much of her time to many different types of community groups. She volunteered to help with church groups, the WHS organization, always staying involved in the local school system. This scholarship was put together by donations from people whose lives she touched. It is intended to help a young person go on to college with the intention of becoming a teacher. It is awarded based on academic achievement, the amount of community involvement. Education was very important to her, and it is very fitting that she would be honored with a scholarship in her name to further the education of someone who will, in turn, teach others. I'd like to present this scholarship to Heather Rule.
Okay, I need to have these others please to come up to the stage at this time. Catherine Bauer, Carrie McLeister, Christine Brazel, Jennifer Trenta, and Brian Peebles. Oh, wait a minute. Did I name 5 names? Catherine Bauer. Okay. Well, anyway, Catherine Bauer will be receiving a $1,000 scholarship from the Scholarship Foundation of Wadsworth. Carrie McLeister. She also received a $1,000 scholarship. Christine Brazel. Another $1,000 scholarship. Jennifer Trenta will receive $1,000 in memory of Stanley Kuhn, our former superintendent and teacher of the Wadsworth City Schools. And finally, I have a $500 scholarship for superior civic and scholarly achievement presented by the Scholarship Foundation of Wadsworth, the donation from J.C. Whitlam. I don't have any other awards here this morning. However, if there is an award to be given, I try to think back at the Valley View days and try to remember something about that class. I do remember the Ferguson twins, and I never forgot our trips to Scotland, and I hope you've gotten over your air sickness. Thank you.
The Wadsworth All Sports Booster Club this year is giving out 2 $500 scholarships to a senior male and female athlete who are planning on continuing their education at the college level. Both participants this year have excelled in both athletics and schoolwork. Our female recipient was an excellent athlete in both basketball and softball at Wadsworth High School and has a grade point average of 3.42. She plans on attending Case Western Reserve in the fall. So congratulations to Brandy Williams. Our male recipient for a scholarship award was an excellent athlete in 2 sports, earning all-league honors in both football and wrestling while at Wadsworth. In addition, he has maintained an outstanding 3.2 grade point average. Congratulations to Sean Robinson.
Good morning. The Wadsworth Running Club will donate $500 to the school of their choice to 1 female and 1 male track or cross-country athlete. The 2 winners have been involved in both sports for 4 years. Their love for running has made them an excellent choice and good role models for younger runners. The 2 winners are Kristen Suryak and Brian Digman.
Good morning. It's my pleasure to call Eric Lynn and Heather Rule forward to receive the Wadsworth Chamber of Commerce scholarships. These $1,000 awards are being given to Eric and Heather in recognition of their service and academic achievements, as well as their ideals and goals for the future. The Chamber wishes them both very well in the future.
Good morning. Each year, the Wadsworth Firefighters Association sponsors an annual golf outing in September for the purpose of funding a Chester Fish Vocational Scholarship Award. This is a way for our association members to try and give something back to the community and the youth in that community to further their education. A 4-person committee is formed each year to review the applicants and select a qualified recipient based on community involvement, their vocation that they're going into, extracurricular activities, and need. This year's recipient is a band member, a thespian, member of the National Honor Society, 5th in a class, and has a future interest in physics. I would ask that Jennifer Trenta come to the stage to receive the Chester Fish Vocational Scholarship Award. This $1,000 award is given to Jennifer in recognition of her high achievement in classroom and leadership and extracurricular activities. We especially honor Jennifer for her extra efforts in church and community services and helping to care for the homeless. Congratulations, Jennifer.
Mike Kali, come forward to receive your certificate of appointment to the United States Air Force Academy. Selection to the Air Force Academy is based on scholarship, leadership, character, and physical fitness. Certainly Mike has exhibited all of these with his 3.75 grade point average, his Honor Society membership. His leadership abilities have been demonstrated many times throughout the selection for Boys State, Buckeye Boys State, and Hugh O'Brien leadership. But I think most of all he exhibits the leadership in his co-captaining the wrestling team for the last 2 years. 121 wins and 19 defeats. While the Air Force Academy selects in all these high ideals, I think they're really after him as a wrestler. Mike, this is a great achievement. I think you stand among two other students right now, former students, who are one at West Point, one at Annapolis. And I would like at this time, as I present you the certificate, for your mother and father, Jennifer and Michael Kali, your brothers, Joseph, Zachary, your sister, Vanessa, Ruth Kali, your grandmother, Tom, Mr. and Mrs. Tom McCart, your grandparents, to stand, because I know they're behind you and have supported you in every whit of this getting this award or selection.
Good morning. The Winifred Beach Young Testimony Trust has been given each year since 1969 in honor of Florence E. Chandler of Wadsworth. Its purpose is to assist a young person of character and achievement in the first year of their college career. This year, it is awarded to a young woman who wants to major in criminal justice and then work with children. She is a member of the National Honor Society, the Bruin staff, PEP Club, FCA, and a 4-year cheerleader. This year's Winifred Beach Young $1,000 award scholarship is presented to Miss Dawn Lyons.
Good morning. I'm very honored to be representing the Vocational Education Department and presenting the following vocational scholarships. The monies for these scholarships were raised through the efforts of vocational students, teachers, and the advisory board who worked very hard at the bake sale and the car wash. I would like Michelle Winter, Nicole Reeder, Janine Rudder, Ryan Madigan, and Carrie McCleister to come to the stage. Each of these students is going on to further their education, and each of this set will receive $250 toward that. The scholarships for the Vocational Education Department were based on leadership skills, academic standing, responsibility to task, and attendance. I would now like Tim Haig from Automotive, Megan Hawkins from the Teacher Aid Program, and Gail Burns from CDE to come forward. Gail was the first president of the Vocational Advisory Board, Vocational Student of the Month, and she will be attending Wayne College. Megan was very active in the Teacher Aid Program and will be attending Akron University. Each of these will be receiving $500 from the Vocational Education Department. In honor and memory of Michael Ray Shingleton, who was an automotive student and graduate of Wadsworth High School in 1989, who went on to the ASEP program for General Motors and attending Tri-C. Just before, he completed all of his requirements for graduation just before his death. Tim Haig, who will also be attending Tri-C in the ASEP program, is receiving a scholarship in Michael Ray Shingleton's honor. He'll be going on to school. Congratulations, all of you.
Good morning.
In 1987, the Wadsworth High School faculty established the Scholarship Fund. Our purpose was to encourage excellence in education and to honor our graduating seniors through financial assistance for continuing studies. The personal contributions of our generous faculty and staff has provided over $25,000 in scholarships to Wadsworth seniors. We are presenting today 3 $1,000 scholarships to outstanding members of the class of 1994. They have demonstrated academic excellence, leadership, service, and a financial need. Would you please congratulate Brian Madigan, Stephanie Sonnenstein, and Ryan Smith.
We're going to take a quick moment here to kind of change the stage so we can move on with the rest of our program. Might want to stand up. I know we're all getting kind of...
Just take a standing break in place as we change the podium, and then we'll continue on. You're doing real well. Just stay with us.
All right, you take your seats, please. We'll now announce the Vocational Excellence Awards. The Rotary Outstanding Students will be announced by Mr. Jeff Stevenson, and the Dustin Kramer Memorial by Mr. Ron Jones.
Hello again. At this time, I would like Christy Maureen and Chuck Doyle to come to the stage to receive your Wadsworth Rotary Club Vocational Student of the Year Award. Each year, the Wadsworth Rotary Club recognizes both a male and female vocational student for their outstanding achievements in their respective vocational fields. We present each of these students with a watch in honor of their outstanding accomplishments in class as well as in extracurricular activities. During this school year, we had both Christy and Chuck to come to one of our Tuesday luncheon meetings. At this meeting, they each told us a little bit about themselves and what their plans were for the future. They both said that their main goal was to continue their education and attend college. Both Chuck and Christy are very bright and intelligent students and are very worthy of the Wadsworth Rotary Club Vocational Student of the Year Award. We commend you for your efforts and congratulate you on your achievements. We also wish you the best of luck and happiness in all of your future endeavors. Christy? Congratulations.
Dustin Kramer was a student at Wadsworth. He was an excellent automotive student. He died very young, and the award was set up to recognize the senior automotive student who exemplifies his characteristics. Would Tim Haig please come forward? Tim is a senior. Much of his accomplishments were already mentioned by Dr. Four. I would like to mention that he will continue in the automotive field with a study at Tri-C College.
We'll now move on to the Academic Excellence and Fine Art Excellence Awards. The Academic Decathlon will be presented by Mrs. Pam Whitner. Buckeye Boys State and Girls State will be presented by Mr. Chuck Heller and Mrs. Nancy Ewing. Bank One Ohio Academic Team by Mrs. Donna Sprunger. And the Outstanding Students, American High School Math Exam, and American Society for Sciences will be presented by Mr. Anthony Paglia. The Outstanding Students for the Fine Arts Excellence Award will also be presented by Mr. Paglia.
At this time, I would like to recognize two students who won awards during the Academic Decathlon competition that was held February 19th of this year. There were 7 students altogether that participated. They were John Solero, Monica Bees, Tara Four, Jill Plank, Tennille Nelson, Carrie Hood, and La Huang. What I'd like you to understand, first of all, that these students competed in academic areas which included economics, English and literature, fine arts, mathematics, physical and biological sciences, social sciences, essay writing, informal interviews, as well as prepared and impromptu speaking. They took tests in all of those on one day, and you think exams are hard. All 7 students prepared very hard for this competition, meeting with teachers as well as studying on their own. At this time, Jill Plank and Tara Four, if you would approach the podium, please. Jill Plank won a gold medal for the interview category. Congratulations. Tara, one of our seniors, won 3 medals at this competition. She won the silver for language and literature, the bronze in the essay competition, and a gold medal for the most individual team points. Congratulations to everyone.
Morning. I'm Chuck Keller. I'm the commander of past commander of American Legion Post 170 here in Wadsworth. Nancy Ewing, president of Ladies Auxiliary. At this time with Tom Ferguson, Eric Lynn, Mike Kale, Monica Bees, Christian Ferguson, please come forward. This is a Buckeye Boys and Girls State program. It's sponsored by the American Legion Auxiliary, State of Ohio. Each year we send boys and girls of Buckeye Boys State. These are good citizenship awards that are being presented to them at this time.
Bank One sponsors the Ohio All-State Academic Team, and this is in conjunction with the Ohio Association of Secondary School Administrators in Ohio. Would Mira Vukalek please come forward? The program helps seniors who excel academically and who exhibit leadership qualities through their involvement in extracurricular activities. And Mira certainly fits into this category. She has selected the highest level of classes for the full schedule throughout high school. She has, through her club activities, sold daffodils for the American Cancer Society and visited elderly in the nursing homes. She has a sense of returning service to her community and helping with others. She is involved in service in the school through the National Honor Society and being an office aide. Mira is very highly regarded by the faculty and her classmates. She has set high standards for herself and is looking to going to Honors College in Akron University or Case Western Reserve in pursuit of a degree in medical science. She is appreciative of her education and thanks people with hugs and brownies.
Every year our faculty recognizes the outstanding students in the different disciplines throughout the high school, ranging from math, foreign language, social studies, science. Our math department has done an outstanding job this last year in preparing our students for national competition on math exams. For the first time in Wadsworth history, we've sent 50 of our best students to the American High School Math Examination. We placed third in the region in the state of Ohio this year of all high schools out of 200 and some different high schools across this northern state of Ohio. We also had 9 students who qualified in the district for regional competition. I'll recognize these students at this time. They were Joe Miller, Al Bellamy, Ben Rulinger, John Solero, Tom Syriac, Derek Lekowitz, Kurt Ritzman, Natalie Dixon, and John Horn. They were our state qualifiers for our math competition. I'd like to give them a great hand. Thank you. Kurt Ritzman, a junior on that team. We just got an announcement this week. Kurt, are you available? Would you please come to the podium, please? I don't think Kurt knew anything about this. We just received an award yesterday. It's been announced for the first time in the history of Wadsworth High School. Kurt Ritzman scored first in the state of Ohio in the pre-calculus scholastic math test. Congratulations, Kurt. On behalf of his math teachers, I'd like to present him with a certificate that says he was the #1 pre-calculus student in the state of Ohio, and a gift certificate for $25 to buy himself a good math computer book at the bookstore. And remember, Kurt's only a junior. We expect to see a lot of him on the stage next year. Congratulations, Kurt. This time I'd like to recognize our outstanding Latin student, Mira Vukovic. Would you please come to the stage? Mira has been in Latin for the last 4 years. She's also president of Latin Club. In recognizing her outstanding academic achievement, I'd like to present her with a certificate and a nice pen set that she can use in her college career. Mira, congratulations. The next award goes to our outstanding Spanish student. She's been in Spanish for the last 4 years. Would Ann Hartman please come to the stage? Ann? Ann has been in Spanish for the last 4 years. She also taught at our Saturday enrichment school the little students in the Spanish program. I'd like to present her with a certificate and a pen, too. And congratulations. The senior outstanding math student this year going on to, I believe, Youngstown University and receiving a full scholarship for her mathematics endeavors. She is not only an A student, but handles her honors courses by taking both analysis and advanced mathematics at the same time. She participated in Ohio Math League tests and is one of our outstanding scholars in math this year. This time I'd like to recognize Miss Natalie Dixon. Natalie? Outstanding French student this year jumped up a grade level on us. Alexei Lashinsky, please come to the stage, please. Lexi. Alexei has been in French for only 3 years. She's decided to graduate early to go on to medical school, and she is our outstanding French student this year. Congratulations. This time I invite a young man who's already on the stage. Eric Lynn, would you please come to the podium? Eric is, as most of you know, Master of Ceremonies today. He's the President of Student Council, probably our #1 student in the class. We had a lot of difficulty with recognizing our outstanding English, social studies, and science students because everybody kept voting for Eric. It's highly unusual. I've never in the history of the 12 years I've been here had one student receive so many awards. Instead of getting him 3 pens, Mr. Jones, if you'd help me with this, we've gotten 3 different gifts for Eric. I believe Eric is truly one of the outstanding students I've ever seen in my entire career in education. At this time, I'd like to recognize Eric Lynn as our outstanding science student, our outstanding English student, and our outstanding social studies student. We have 3 gifts to present him with today. Every year, the Bruin staff works very hard to keep Mr. Gramuglia on task to get our Bruin published. There are 2 outstanding students that I'd like to recognize at this time. One of them is going to have difficulty taking his own picture, but one of the top journalists, only a junior this year, I'd like him to come to the stage, and that's Chris Wilkerson. Chris? On behalf of Mr. Gramuglia and the entire journalism staff, this award is presented to our top male staffer. Chris is the workhorse of the journalism department, doing the fine arts, the pictures, the graphics, the computer work, and thank goodness he'll be back next year with our journalism department. Congratulations, Chris. The next young lady has been on the stage before. She's also one of the co-editors of the journalism department this year. Would Brooke Hahn please come to the stage? Brooke has been on the editors department for the last 2 years and is one of the 3 editors-in-chief. She did all the editing, designing, and coordinating of the school newspaper, and it's been a pleasure to work with Brooke. Every time we had questions, and she was always there with honors answers. And I think the quality of our newspaper is a direct reflection of Brooke and the class that she put into the program. Brooke, congratulations. Would Ben Rudlinger please come to the stage? As most of you know in the audience, you've seen Ben the last 4 years performing in the wind ensemble, the jazz band. He's been in school plays, pep band. He was in the John Philip Sousa National Honor Band, placed in the Cleveland Youth Symphony. He was also voted the top jazz soloist at the West Virginia Strawberry Festival this last month. He's obviously voted our outstanding instrumental music student for this school year, and I'd like to present Ben with that award at this time. Ben, congratulations. This time I'd like to invite Al Bellamy to the stage. I think most of you will recognize Al. Al was also a National Merit finalist, but this year Al will be recognized for his outstanding achievement, both as our top drama student and is our music award winner. Al not only directed most of the plays, he led in most of the plays, has a fantastic voice, and hopefully we'll see a lot more of him in the college when he goes off to perform and major in journalism. Al, congratulations. At this time, I'd like to award our outstanding visual arts student. She's a 4-year art winner. She's received scholarships to Wittenberg University. Tennille Nelson, please come to the stage. This time I'd like to recognize 2 special students. Every year in the main office we have a contest between the principals to see who gets the flu the first, and I usually fall sick and always miss a day of school. I've been unable to have perfect attendance the last 12 years here, but we have 2 seniors that I'd like to recognize today that have both had perfect attendance. The first young lady is Mira Buklik. Mira, will you please come to the stage? Mira has had perfect attendance for the last 4 years at Wadsworth High School. She had 1 tardy because her alarm clock didn't go off. So in recognition of Mira, we bought her a new alarm clock and a pen set for her to use in college. Congratulations, Mira. The next young man has also been on the stage. He has perfect attendance for the last 4 years at Wadsworth High School. He has never been tardy. He's Mr. Reliable. I think you see him every day in the Commons. I see Bert Smith every day in school. Bert Smith, please come to the stage. We also got Bert an alarm clock because we know when he goes off to college he won't have all that support at home, but I know Bert will be an outstanding student. We also put in a pen set for him. Congratulations, Bert.
Every year, the National Honor Society recognizes a teacher of our school that has made a special difference. I'd like to call for Todd Ferguson and George to present 1994's National Honor Society Teacher of the Year.
This year's National Honor Society Teacher of the Year has built up an excellent reputation in the short time he has been at Wadsworth High School. Although he has taught here for only 2 years, his teaching career spans nearly 2 decades. After graduating from Rittman High School, he earned a master's degree at the University of Akron. He also served in the Army, where he tutored others for their GED. Upon completion of his military duties, he began teaching at Norwayne High School. Not only did he coach 3 sports, but he was the entire science department as well. He inspired many of his students to pursue careers in science and medicine. After teaching at Norwayne for 15 years, he came to Wadsworth High School. At Wadsworth, he is an assistant football and baseball coach.
I've known this man for 2 years now, and I'm very happy to have had him as my chemistry teacher last year. It was a very heated battle among all the National Honor Society members to be the 2 students who presented him with this honor. I consider Todd and myself very lucky to receive this honor. Basically, this just goes to show how much of an impact he has been in just 2 years at Wadsworth. I first met him during football conditioning my junior year. Most of the players didn't know him since he came from Norwayne with Coach Shepard. As the more we began to become accustomed to him, the more we conversed, and his personality, intelligence, and humor came out in those conversations. As I mentioned earlier, of course, he was my chemistry teacher, and I consider him one of the best teachers I've ever had. He made chemistry very understandable with his explanations of this difficult subject to students who don't have a great background in chemistry. The reason for his teaching style is that he truly cares about all of his students. No one felt intimidated to ask him a question about a concept he or she didn't understand. He would always return and repeat the idea until everyone thoroughly understood it. In today's world, students feel as though their teachers don't care about them, but he truly does. He is a tireless worker who always tries to improve the students' learning facilities. He took time last year to visit other school science departments so as to better equip our new wing. This man has brought great change to Wadsworth in the 2 years he has been here, and Norwayne's loss is our gain. We'd now like to introduce 1994 National Honor Society Teacher of the Year, Mr. Mike Schmelzer.
I'd like to ask Mrs. Smeltzer to please stand, and Mr. Smeltzer's son Mike. Just stand over here.
I'd rather explain chemistry than make a speech. I don't know, I talked to the kids just over the last 2 years. It was a huge move for me from Norwayne to Wadsworth High School. I was downright scared, to tell you the truth. I just wanted to tell you seniors, you made it so easy, just so easy to teach. I'm not the greatest teacher in the world. You're the greatest students in the world. Thanks a lot.
All right, we'll now present the athletic achievements. The Grizzly Memorial Award will be presented by Mr. Glenn Wojak. The Tony Detweiler Memorial by Mr. Ramsey Shepard. The Helen Allen Liebert Memorial by Mr. Ron Jones. The Marine Distinguished Athlete is presented by Sergeant Kevin McClure. The Army Scholar by Staff Sergeant John Meisel. The Booster Club Outstanding Athlete by Mr. Al Henning. The OHSAA Scholar and Archie Griffin Sportsmanship Award and Mr. Mike Smeltzer.
My pleasure to be here on behalf of Sun Newspapers to present the Grizzly Memorial Award. H.J. Hall, the former publisher of the News Banner, created the award in 1945 to honor outstanding Wadsworth High athletes and to remember past athletes who had served in World War II. To be eligible for the award, a student must play football and letter in one other varsity sport. He should show good team spirit, sportsmanship, leadership, and be a good student as well. This year's winner was an all-conference lineman in football and an all-conference wrestler. He's Shane Robinson. Shane was selected by a vote of football players and coaches and received a wristwatch with his name engraved on the back.
It's a tremendous honor for me to award the Tony Detweiler Award. The qualifications for being considered for the award are that a senior football player must have lettered at least his senior year, must have displayed strong character as a player and a student in class, followed all training rules, been an exemplary example to coaches, teachers, players, and students, but an outstanding sportsman in his treatment of opponents and officials, maintained above academic standards, and displayed strong leadership. The award is selected, or the award winner is selected by a football squad representative, an underclassman, a football coaching staff representative, student council representative, a faculty representative, and administrative representative. Everyone in that room this year found it an extremely difficult decision to make from among what would have been a number of fine choices. About Tony Detweiler, said on the award that he was an active and admirable leader in athletics and organization. He was a likable young man with a ready smile. When things were at their lowest, he was always there, helping, encouraging, and laughing. But most of all, he was our friend, and we shall miss him. To the athlete who earns this honor, may he always walk a little taller, hold his head a little higher, and forever be proud to have received this award in Tony's name. It's been told to me by people who knew Tony personally that he didn't necessarily represent the best of us, but most certainly he represented the best that is in us. And that being the case, I'd like to take this opportunity to award this year's Tony Detweiler Award to Brian Madigan.
Before I introduce the Helen Liebert Memorial Award winner, I would like to at this time recognize the athletes that we have in our high school who have gained some state recognition through the course of the 1993-94 school year. As I call these students, these athletes, would you please stand wherever you're at? In girls basketball, Jessica Henry was honorable mention All-Ohio. In wrestling, Tom Syriac at 130 pounds. Pete, go ahead. Tom? Okay. Mike Kali plays third in the state at 140 pounds. John Dennison at 145 pounds. Pete Klassen, fifth in the state at 152 pounds. In girls soccer, sophomore, Amy Kavanaugh was a member of the All-Ohio soccer team. In swimming, senior Kevin Burden placed in the state meet in Canton, Ohio. And in baseball, there is only one catcher in the whole state that's selected as the Division I All-State Catcher of the Year, Brian Madigan. Would Natalie Dixon please come up to the stage? The Helen Allen Liebert Memorial Award is given for the purpose of recognizing a senior girl athlete who has won a varsity award her senior year and has lettered in one other sport during her high school career. The award is given in recognition of good athletic ability, as well as sound moral character, leadership, cooperation, team play, and classroom work of a C average or better. And certainly Natalie qualifies in all these areas. She is most deserving of the Helen Liebert Memorial Award.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here today and be part of the Wadsworth family. You know, each year the United States Marine Corps presents an award to an athlete at Wadsworth High School who's considered an exemplary young citizen and role model for younger students. This person should exhibit the traits of courage, poise, self-confidence, and leadership while performing as a high school athlete. These traits truly fit the young man who's the recipient of this year's award. You know, despite the major challenge of injuries during his underclass years, Aaron Link worked hard to return his senior year to letter in both basketball and golf. Aaron has been a credit to youngsters and to his coaches, to his school, and most of all, to his parents. It gives me great pleasure to present the Marine Corps Distinguished Athlete Award to Aaron Link.
Good morning. My name is Sergeant Michael, and I had the privilege this morning of honoring two fine young individuals for the U.S. Army Scholar Athlete Award recipients. At this time, I'd like these two individuals to step forward. Jessica Hutchinson and Mike Kalai. The U.S. Army Reserve Scholar Athlete Award is given annually to an outstanding senior male and senior female at Wadsworth High School who have excelled both inside and outside the classroom. Jessica, our recipient for this year's award this year, is on the commencement honor roll. She's a member of the French Club, the Math League, Student Council, and active participant in both cheerleading and softball. She has currently maintained a 4.20 GPA while participating in both a very busy schedule at Wadsworth and athletics. Mike is the recipient for the U.S. Army Reserve Scholar Athlete Award, is also on the commencement honor roll. He has been a member of the Latin Club, a 4-time Suburban League champion in wrestling, and a state qualifier in wrestling. He has managed to maintain a 3.81 grade point average. Congratulations to both Mike and Jessica.
For many years, the Wadsworth All Sports Booster Club has participated in presenting the outstanding senior athletes for both male and female. The selection process is done by head coaches, assistant coaches, administration, and the guidance department. At this time, I'd like to have Brandy Williams approach the stage. Brandy has excelled in both basketball and softball at Wadsworth, receiving a total of 4 letters, as well as being an O-League performer in both sports. In addition, as I said previously, that she has performed admirably in the classroom. It gives me great pleasure to present this award to you. At this time, I'd like to have Brian Madigan approach the stage. Brian has been an outstanding senior athlete for several years. Brian received a total of 6 varsity letters during his years, 2 in football, 4 in baseball. Brian is the first 4-year winner in baseball since 1989. In addition to being an All-County, All-League in both baseball and football, Brian has received All-Ohio recognition in baseball. Brian is a polite young man as well as a person you ever have met. It gives me great pleasure to present this award to you.
As part of an ongoing program to promote sportsmanship, ethics, integrity, and dedication to a school's athletic program, the Ohio High School Athletic Association awards to one female and one male the Archie Griffin Sportsmanship Award. Mr. Griffin is an Ohio native, a two-time recipient of the Heisman Trophy for football, and a professional athlete who always displayed sportsmanship. The winners of this year's awards are Mandy Gilmore and George George. Would you please come forward? Mandy is a multi-award winner in softball and volleyball, as well as a 3-year award winner as statistician and manager for the wrestling team. George, an all-league selection in football and a team leader both on and off the field for Wadsworth High School. Congratulations. Would Natalie Dixon and Kevin Burden please come to the stage? The second award given by the Ohio High School Athletic Association is given to a senior boy and girl who have the highest grade point average for a 4-year letter winner in varsity competition at Wadsworth High School. Our first winner of the Ohio High School Scholar Athlete is Natalie Dixon. Natalie received a total of 6 varsity letters in both soccer and track while maintaining a 4.233 grade point average. Our second winner of this award is Kevin Burden. Kevin received 4 varsity letters in swimming at Wadsworth while maintaining a 4.021 grade point average.
Lastly this morning, we have the Leadership and Character Award. The I Dare You Award will be presented by Mrs. Patty Haskins. Sunshine Leadership Award by Mr. Mike Mahaney. The Jerry Ann Segrist Memorial by Mrs. Twyla Toast. The Lori Segrist Memorial, Mr. Bob Gorman. The Women's Leadership Award, Dr. Nancy Meadows. The Gyro Club Award, Mr. Mark Snack. Gold Team Memorials will be presented by Mrs. Linda Kramer. And we will finish with a closing to Mr. Collier.
Would John Horner and Katie Gruber please come to the podium? The I Dare You Award, founded in 1941 under the auspices of the American Youth Foundation, recognizes 2 juniors who exhibit personal integrity, balanced living, and a potential for leadership. Through their participation in volleyball, band, National Honor Society, basketball, and community activities, John and Katie have carried themselves as emerging leaders, as youth with motivation and potential. Congratulations.
For several years, the East Ohio Gas Company has recognized students who have demonstrated outstanding leadership qualities. The recipients have received a plaque, luncheon at Tangiers, and a $100 U.S. savings fund. This year's recipient of the East Ohio Gas Sunshine Leadership Award from Wadsworth High School is Mr. Eric Lynn.
One of the important things to remember about the many memorial awards that are being given this morning is the fact that once upon a time, these were young people who lived and laughed and loved just as you do today. Their only distinction is that they are no longer here and no longer with us. It's very difficult for some of you to relate to the fact of these names for people whom you've never known. But in each instance, the memorial awards that were given this morning were students of mine somewhere along the line. And this is the case with Jerry Ann Seeger, for whom I give the award this morning to Natalie Dickinson. Will you please come forward? Jerry Ann Seeger, as some of you may know, was one of two family members, one of two girls, who in the late 70s and early 80s died of a rare form of cancer. Jerry Ann was a student who had an incredible amount of ability to love and to care. She had a deep and abiding faith in her God. She had an unusual commitment to education. She was in the hospital in Cleveland Clinic at the time that graduation was nearing. And the then principal of the high school, and I believe Dr. Meadows, went to the clinic to award her graduation diploma. Her primary question, out of the stupor and the pain that accompanied the cancer that had riddled her body and that would soon take her life, the single question was, did I earn it? She didn't want anything given to her, not anything that she hadn't worked for. She was a kind and a caring and a gentle spirit, and I see many of those same things in Natalie, and I appreciate her, and I am glad to award her this year the Lori Ann Seeger Memorial Award.
Lori Seeger was Jerry Ann's sister, and I had the privilege of knowing her because she was a senior in my European literature class. She was a woman of tremendous courage. I know she came to school on a lot of days when the cancer was very painful, and through it all she smiled and she was cheerful. And I was young and stupid at the time, and I asked her, how can you do it? How can you keep that courage? Why aren't you bitter? I would be. And she smiled, this little beautiful smile. She said, Mr. Gorman, all of us are walking around in these little bodies for a very short time. We don't get to keep them for very long. It's not what happens with this. It's what happens with our souls. And I remember she put her hand on my arm and she said, don't worry, Mr. Gorman, I'm going to be just fine. I have never met anybody with that kind of courage before, with that kind of strength of character, and it wasn't phony. She just genuinely believed that she was okay, and that was going to be her message to her senior class, that there's much more beyond this life than just what we're walking around in. I regret that Lori is gone, but her smile is here, and her personality is here, and her character is here in Stephanie Sonnenstein.
The Women's Leadership Award is sponsored by the alumni of Wadsworth High School. Usually we give only one of these awards, but this year we have two young ladies who are so outstanding that we had to honor both of them. They've been up here on the stage already many times, so I won't go into a list of all their achievements, but I would like Jessica Hutchison and Camille Nelson please come forward. Their leadership is obvious. Their leadership is obvious in the academics, the athletics, and in the arts. On behalf of the faculty and the class of 1994, we commend them for their positive role modeling, their active participation in all areas of school, Over the past 4 years, both Jessica and Tennille have made Wadsworth High School a better place to learn and to have fun. We appreciate all of their efforts for their classmates, and we wish them continued success as they go on to college.
The Gyro Club of Wadsworth is not only represented in Wadsworth, it's also represented in the district and international. Its purpose is to foster friendship amongst people. At this time, I'd like for Kevin Bowden to approach the podium, please. What better time to remind our students of the importance of their current friendships and the friendships that they will create in the future. It's important throughout their lives, and I congratulate Kevin on receiving this.
I may have your attention for just a few moments. It's almost over with, and I know you can't wait to go back to class. The Goldstein Awards are character awards. It's a great honor to receive an award for having good character, and it's very fitting that these awards are character awards, as both Ed and Arnie Goldstein were certainly people of good character. Ed Goldstein's family came to Wadsworth in the 1940s, the only Jewish family in town. Ed was a quiet man, always doing good for others. Our winner this year is a quiet leader, too. He leads by example. He strives for excellence in his studies. He is helpful to other students in preparing for tests and helping with homework. He is National Honor Society Vice President. He is golf team captain. He plays hockey in a community league. And you've heard him receive other honors this morning. The winner of the 1994 Ed Goldstein Award is Todd Ferguson. Arnie Goldstein was president of Student Council here at Wadsworth High School. He was an Eagle Scout. He was liked by everyone. He was an artist. He was very, very talented. He was a flight surgeon in the U.S. Navy. He died at sea in 1964 at the age of 27. Our winner this year is a dedicated leader, as Arnie was. He is also Student Council president. He's taken on major responsibilities this year as Student Council president. Our winner this year is Eric Lynn. I don't want to embarrass Eric, but I have a little aside I want to tell you about Eric. Thank you, Eric. I first met Eric when he was in second grade at Valley View School. Don't be embarrassed. He's heard me say this before. I worked for the public library on the Bookmobile, and Eric came to Bookmobile as a second grader, and we were totally amazed at the level of books that Eric read. He read way beyond his level, and he is still overachieving and outstanding. Congratulations, Eric.
As we wind down our recognition assembly today, I'd like to thank the student body for their outstanding attention this morning. And my congratulations to the parents and the presenters for being here with us today. But particularly to the class of 1994, I would like to say congratulations to you and your colleagues for an outstanding award ceremony this morning. Those of you that were not recognized today, I hope that you have an opportunity someday to show somebody that you are an outstanding student, an outstanding person. That day will come someday for all of you. For you freshmen and underclassmen that are listening today, I think you saw a lot of awards and a lot of opportunity out there for you. Grasp that opportunity before it's too late. It's never too late to get started on your academic excellence or in the field of your endeavor, whether it be vocational, athletics, or academic success. You have the opportunity to come down on this stage someday and receive a full scholarship for your endeavors at Wadsworth High School. I'd like to remind the students that received awards today, there'll be a reception in the library as soon as you are dismissed. Parents and presenters are also invited. You will not have to go back to your class until at least lunchtime for those students that received awards today. For the rest of the student body, we'll go back and pick up our first period books, and then we'll make an announcement on going on to class. I want to thank you for your outstanding attention this morning and congratulate you. You are dismissed.